How is everybody doing today? Ready for a big Super Saturday? Vopsy, ahoy there, mate. James, ahoy. Mr. Ed's dead. How are we doing? This is, of course, as I can see, has already been noted in the chat room. This is the first time that we will ever see the Parramatta Eels and the Dolphins take on each other. So it should be good. I feel like the Eels are getting the Dolphins at the right time, though. Sort of coming towards the back end of the season. Lots of injuries, lots of players backing up from Origin. I don't think that Parramatta are going to get ambushed. Let's put it that way. No ambushes here for the Eels. I've gone for the Eels, so we'll see how it goes. I feel like the Wheels, for as good as the Dolphins have done this season, and don't get me wrong, nothing can take away how good they've been so far this season. But I feel like the wheels were always going to fall off at some point. It's a bit too early for them. Just my opinion, of course. Never underestimate a Wayne Bennett coach team. How many times have I said that? By the way, that leaderboard is completely wrong. I just thought I should point that out. The leaderboard right there, totally wrong. AFB OCC, ahoy. You give Dallin Watene-Zelezniak a 10 on his acrobatics on a couple of his tries last night. I give him a 10 for winning me money. Yes, how good was last night? I had Dallin Watene-Zelezniak anytime try scorer, 3+. And thanks to the Dragons' horrific left edge defense, that was one hell of an almighty payout. Good times, good times. Yes, if we were to give star ratings, 10 out of 10 for sure. Some of those died. 2 of the 3 tries that he scored, well, he scored 4 tries, didn't he? 2 of the tries that he scored, he was outside the field of play. It was extremely impressive. Very good stuff. All right. We have got, about 6 minutes until kickoff. I'm actually quite excited for this game. AFB OCC, it's still Friday night for you in California. Very nice. The weekend has just begun. Whereas for me, I'm already big night into it. A night and a day, basically. It's late afternoon. Getting ready to roll on into the night time. We do, of course, have a big few games coming up for the cross-code supporters in the Wasted World of Sports, like myself. It is the Super Rugby Pacific Grand Final coming up after this one. And then Manly versus Storm, I think it is. Can't remember. I'm so well prepared for today. It's been fabulous. So yes, never underestimate a Wayne Bennett coach team, as I always say. He will have something up his sleeve, I'm sure, to make this a quality contest. I just feel like the Eels have turned a corner. I said when they were struggling, don't write off the Eels. They'll still be there at the back end of the season. They're not doing too well at the moment, but they'll still be there at the back end of the season. And they've slowly but surely just turned their season around, haven't they? And they're looking pretty good, pretty slick. Things are starting to click together for Parramatta. So they'll definitely be there at the back end of the year, fighting for a top 4 spot if my predictions come to fruition. With the Rabbits, most likely. Vopsy reckon Panthers will beat the Knights. I reckon they will, quite comprehensively. The last time the Dolphins took the field, they coughed up 58 points to the Sea Eagles. Yes, indeed. They certainly did. Very different circumstances. But having said that, as I say, I think the wheels are falling off for the Dolphins. One of the big things for them to overcome was always going to be the length of a season. Were they going to be able to go the distance, keep up the intensity? A few injuries was really going to test their depth. But we'll see what they can come up with. Back at home. Back at home in Redcliffe. I've essentially only just woken up, James. So I woke up 20 minutes ago. It's going to take me some time to care. I almost called this whole thing off, in all honesty. But once again, we come back that conversation that I've been having with myself about commitment to the cause. Consistency is king here in YouTube land. So I sort of dragged myself up and got everything ready, and here I am. AFBOCC Storm Panthers next Friday night. Now that should be a cracking game. Next Friday night, hey? Oh, that's fabulous. Teams running out onto the field. Sweet. Sweet. Oh, when I say cancel the whole thing, I meant, like, this game. Sorry, not the entire channel. No way. Definitely not cancel the entire channel. I just meant this game. All right, I'll be right back.
The most experienced man, game number 308 today for Jesse Crowley. Kaufusi back. The Dolphins fins up on the Sunshine Coast.
All right, let's see if we can't liven me up a little bit. But yes, absolutely. James strikes back. Just this game, mate. Having way too much fun. I've actually got some ideas. Oh, it's okay, AFBOCC. It's actually not meant to. It's just meant to give me somewhere to escape without being on camera. I don't actually use it as a green screen. As a matter of fact, I don't even need it because behind the green screen, it's just more green. There's a green wall behind there. So, it's just somewhere for me to escape unnoticed. Sorry about that, just tearing my own studio apart. And also missing the kickoff. This game is underway. James has got a multi on the Eels. -7.5. Dylan Edwards? Oh, for the next game. Okay. I've only just realised what's happening. Dylan Edwards. Not in the next game. Yes, the next game. And the Chiefs win and the Swans over 40. See, I'm not with it. I should make a rule not to start a stream if I've only woken up in the last half hour. That should be a new rule for the channel. This is a fantastic first set for the Eels. They have gone the length of the field and very nearly come away with a try. New rule for the channel. Dan does not go live unless he's been awake for more than 20 minutes. What a fabulous first set by the Eels, though. Length of the field, nearly coming away with the points. Oh, yeah, that's good. All right, we're getting there. The hammer looks completely worn out already. maybe backing up for a Saturday game after Origin on Wednesday. That could be a decision that comes back to haunt the Dolphins here, having their Origin players involved. Because honestly, one play and the Hammer looks absolutely cooked. And not cooked in a good way. Cooked in a bad way. I suppose the good way is not really cooked, is it? It's baked. But I digress. The Eels will wake me up, reckons James. Certainly, the way they started this game, going pretty much the length of the field on that first set. By the way, I've got some messages going back and forth at the moment with the one and only Pencil Pat. I don't know if he's going to be keen for it, but we may see the return of Pencil Pat tonight, somewhere along the line. Viking King, ahoy there, mate. Tipping the Eels, absolutely. And the Eels have started with absolute intent, going the distance, the length of the field, very nearly scoring a try off the kick chase on their very first set of the game. And now tackle 3. They're up over halfway already. They have definitely got themselves up for this one. As we were saying at the top of the stream, the Eels are just playing with complete renewed energy here. Moses to the line. Out the back it goes to Gutherson. Threatening to break through again. A dream start. Moses with the grubber kick. Kaufusi. What a great job by Kaufusi. And now, here goes the Hammer. He puts the foot down. And what a try-saving ankle tap. Micah Sevo, of all people, just enough pace to get across and put on the ankle tap. That was an incredible little sequence of play, and it would be interesting to see how the Hammer recovers from that. Micah Sevo, a try-saving ankle tap on the Hammer. But it's the Dolphins now. Turned it around after that line break, threatening. They've got numbers out to the left. They must score a try here. No. Yes, they do. They had to. They made it difficult. It was a lot more difficult than it had any right to be because they had the Eels skinned on the outside. McGrady goes the hard way, but he gets there in the end. And that is all on the back of that break from the Hammer, who still looks absolutely cooked, by the way. But ultimately, put that try down to Kaufusi. The skills of Kaufusi at the back here to scoop the ball up into the hands of the Hammer, all in one motion. He thought he was away, the Hammer. He had a big smile on his face. He was enjoying that run, and suddenly a gigantic hand of Micah Sevo clips his ankles out. They had them totally outnumbered here on the left. McGrady probably didn't have the pace to get there on the outside. To be fair, cutting back infield would have been the way to go. Incredible. 4 points to 0 to the Dolphins. Out of nowhere, really. How many different grounds have the Dolphins played at this season? They've certainly played at more grounds than the Broncos. Always got to have a little jab at the Broncos and Suncorp, don't we? I love it. Stick it in and twist it. The knife. And Jermaine Osako with potentially the worst conversion attempt of his entire career. And it stays 4 points to 0 in favour of the Dolphins. AFBOCC, the Eels were coming in 8th place, but have the second best points differential at plus 104. And that has been on the back of recent weeks, really, the Eels. Terrible start to the year for them, but they've turned it around in recent weeks. And that explains the discrepancy between their spot on the ladder and their points differential. They've had a few big wins very, very recently as their season continues to turn around. Now the kickoff is dangerously close to the dead ball line. You could say perfectly placed since it didn't actually go over. But the Dolphins, they held on to that early 5-minute onslaught. Got given one opportunity and they took it. Danger signs there for the Eels, meaning the ease at which the Dolphins scored that try once they got in position. But it was a little bit of a freakish moment that got them to that position in the first place. No need to panic here for the Eels. Gutherson returning the kick. Oh, Sivo bobbles the ball. What a huge mistake that would have been. He manages to clamp it back into his chest and keep hold of it for the Eels. Do they go into their shells a little bit here, Parramatta? We'll see. Third tackle up over halfway again. They're still getting a lot of meters. Yardage at will. RCG. Regan Two Dads. Vopsy says, never heard of the guy who scored for the Dolphins. Yep. Oh, straight through go, Parramatta. And it's going to be a try under the post. Just as I'm about to acknowledge the chat room, out of nowhere, Andrew Davey with a line break, some lazy defense from the Eels. He's burst straight through two of them and will go under the post and score and put Parramatta in the lead. I almost said back in the lead. It's tied the game back up. And with the conversion, Parramatta are about to take the lead. Lazy from Nicarima there, just a lazy arm hanging out. And then he stands up the hammer. And what a reply, what a response for the Eels. That answers the question, are they going to go into their shell? Absolutely not. Andrew Davey with his 5th career try, 2nd this season. Moses from right in front. Straight down the middle, no mistake. 6 points to 4. Beavis looking thrilled in the coach's box. Very lazy attempt to tackle there from Nicarima, it must be said. Six, 4, 8 minutes gone. There's Uncle Wayne, looking usual. Oh, very close to the sideline. Sivo lines it up. Brings it back. A couple of these kickoffs from both teams getting very, very close to going out on the full. Another big run. Parramatta really chewing up. Oh, he just got completely missed, AFBOCC. It was ineffective and completely missed. Excuse me. It was just lazy is what it was. There should be a new statistic for lazy tackle. Lazy attempted tackle. Lat. Lazy attempted tackle. Let's get lats on the stat sheets. Mind you, it was Kaufusi. Kaufusi got suckered into the lead runner. Broke out of the line. Nicarima, the poor fellow, was probably on a bit of a hiding to nothing. Oh, nearly getting the offload away there. The Dolphins, Bromwich, got the arms free just a little bit too late. Couldn't get the offload away. They're inside Eels territory, running it on the 5th and last down the blind side, puts a kick in behind the line, and that's about as far forward as you could possibly pass a ball. And a little bit of justice from the footy gods, I believe. A knock on. Saves the day. Running it on the 5th and last down the blind side. The kick, it bounces up perfectly, and passes don't get too much more forward than that. Justice, and it's Nicarima again. Nicarima's having a nightmare. He's knocked the ball on. Oh, James, you've booked a holiday to Japan. Can't wait. Nice. I'll tell you. Oh, it's Parramatta now. Make a break on the outside. Stepping back in field as the sliding defence comes across and cuts them off. But it's more metres for the Eels. The rugby league gods were smiling on them before. Oh, Sevo puts the elbow up. Jeez, that could have ended badly for everybody. Sevo putting the elbow up. Loose pass from dummy half. Moses keeps it alive. Gutherson. Down the line they go. And that's a very, very meek end of set there. Sevo just booting the ball into touch. Puts the forearm up. There's Sevo. We might be hearing a little bit more about that. Mind you, Tino got off. Tino got off doing exactly the same thing and breaking somebody's jaw. He's on report here, I think, Sevo. Yep. He's on report for the raised elbow, but nothing can happen to him. It's exactly what Tino does every single week. Tino's now broken guys' jaws. The precedent has been set. You can't suddenly now. You can't suddenly have a go at Mike Sevo now in the judiciary. But anyway, I digress. The judiciary is very inconsistent, isn't it? Especially when it comes to Queensland players. But anyway, yes, Japan, fantastic. I'll tell you, a fantastic show. Oh, straight through they go again. Some more lazy defenders. Once again, I'm about to start having a chat to the chat room because nothing's really happening. And then one of the forwards from Parramatta just makes complete mincemeat of the Dolphins' defensive line. Ooh. That wasn't an intentional joke about dolphin meat, incidentally. Straight through. Oh, it's O'Sullivan. It's Kaufusi. It's Bromwich. He's gone through 3 of them. A couple of lazy arms. And a try. And Parramatta, Jermaine Hopgood this time. Parramatta, a team that consistently score tries down their left-hand edge, are scoring it straight through the middle. 2 tries. Straight through the middle here today. 10 points to 4. Another easy kick to come. All right. James. Japan. I'm going to make a recommendation for something to watch, if you haven't seen it already. Tom Green's Subway Monkey Hour. It's going to tell you all. Mind you, Japan has probably changed a fair bit since Tom Green went and filmed that. But Tom Green's Subway Monkey Hour, if you can get hold of that, that'll be a great preparation for a Japan visit. Are you going spring next year? Oh, plenty of time. We can do a watch along of the Subway Monkey Hour. Probably not on here because it's not sports related, but maybe on Intoxigamer. $12 points for conversion is successful. And the Eels are dominating this contest through the middle. That's been the big difference between the two teams so far. The Eels just chewing up meters. Tackle 4, up towards halfway they go. And look at this run, the intent. Hopgood, the try scorer, up over halfway. Moses on the blind side, puts it high. How's the kick chase? A lot of intent here as well. Pressure on the hammer. And he takes it well, though. Tom Green's Subway Monkey Hour. You could probably just search for Subway Monkey Hour. I'm sure there's only ever been one. Still to this day, he talks about that little documentary, I suppose you'd call it. Oh, pressure here on the Dolphins attack, driving them towards the sideline. He's kept Kaufusi held up and driven into touch. The Eels, they're looking the more switched on of the two teams, it must be said. Dolphins looking really flat, off the pace. They're going to get a stern talking to at halftime. Hey, do you reckon that Wayne Bennett legitimately falls asleep sometimes in the coach's box? He could actually be. He has not moved. His position hasn't changed since the last time they had the camera on him. I think he might be asleep. Maybe he sleeps military style with his eyes open. Now through the middle they go again. Parramatta. Oh, it's caught a forward pass. Gutherson was in under the post. A forward pass has been called, rather ironically. And it was forward, but, I mean, the fact that it was actually called. They are just killing them in that channel. Beavis has obviously found something. Directing all the attack down that left-hand edge, or not the edge, but that left-hand middle. And they are just looking threatening every time. 7 out of 8 completions to boot. And Bennett probably chucks a mannequin in the coach's box for the first half while he sleeps in the back. Quite possibly so. And now it's loose. It's Parramatta ball. It's kept alive and it's caught forward again. There'll be no advantage. It'll be a penalty to the Eels. Sivo held back out of play. They've called another forward pass. Micah Sivo is dominating the hammer here. Sivo doesn't qualify for Origin, does he? I was going to say get Sivo in the Blues squad, but no, we can't, can we? Can't be done. Oh, the pass is out in front. They're looking slick. Gutherson, one to beat. And the hammer brings him down. They're 5 out from the line on tackle 2. From dummy half, he's over the line. He's held up. He's driven backwards. Brandon hands. Brandon can't quite get the hands over the try line. Fourth tackle here for Parramatta. Just to the right of the post. They're 10 out. Moses cuts back to the right. Kicks. Way too deep. Oh, way too deep. Mitch Moses. Oh, that's a bit of a bum play, that. That's an origin play, that. And the Dolphins survive. They are not playing well, though. This is what we were talking about at the top of the stream. The Dolphins, you feel like they've peaked and the wheels are going to fall off now. And look, for Dolphin supporters, the wheels falling off on their campaign doesn't necessarily mean they get slaughtered week in, week out. It just means that they fall out of the 8. And to be fair, 10th is about where I had predicted they would finish at the start of the season. They've been exceeding expectations up until this point, but I think we're seeing the real Dolphins now as the season wears on. The honeymoon is over, but they're still alive in this one. 5th and last. The ball's been tapped back. It's been played at by the Eels and knocked on by Moses. Has it been knocked on by the Dolphins first? Yes, it has. They're challenging the call. Vobsy needs the Eels to win by 7 or more. You need the Eels to win by 7 or more, so you're currently safe. Dolphins challenging the call of a knock-on. And that's backwards. That's going clearly backwards off the Dolphins. Backwards again by the Dolphins. And I would say that Mitch Moses hasn't even knocked it on. Now, having a look at this replay. It's been... So that's gone backwards. Oh, hasn't been touched. Is this going to be an offside penalty? Eels. No, he's got himself in front. There is a lot going on here. Anyway, there's definitely not a knock-on. We've ruled out a knock-on by the Dolphins. It's then been kicked forward by the Dolphins. An inside 10 from an offside position. The Dolphins have tapped it back. So they've challenged the knock-on, the Dolphins, and they've ended up giving away a penalty. It's going to be a penalty to the Eels for offside. They have challenged themselves into a penalty. They should have just accepted the handover. Well, that was a bit of a mess. How many times do you see that? A team, captains challenges themselves into an even worse situation. Moses is like, get out of the way, ref. That is a great kick into touch. The Eels will start this set on the halfway line. Regan Toodads with the first hit up. Tackle 1, Eels, 40 out on the attack. Straight through that left edge channel again, nearly breaking through. Just brought down by the waistcoat. They've looked so through. Oh, that's a horrible offload. They get the ball back, though. They're still in possession of it, the Eels. Tackle 3. Moses out to the right. Gutherson. Out the back. Penasini bumps off one. He goes straight through. Penasini. Oh, some lazy defenders again. What is going on here with the Dolphins' defense? Bumping off tackles at will. Bursting straight through, some lazy arms hanging out. And that is another soft try for Parramatta. Penasini had no right to score that. Penasini, one-on-one, bumps him off. Now he's got two defenders on him, and he just stumbles through, and the hammer has been switched from origin mode to club mode because he is sticking the joint out right here today. Probably shouldn't be playing, to be honest. Big bump off on his opposite. Penasini on Ewan Aiken. And then he just falls through a very, very lazy attempted tackle by McGrady. And as I said, Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow having probably one of the worst games I've ever seen him have. He couldn't have played like this on Wednesday night. Shack of Hearts, ahoy, mate. How are you doing? Penasini's got his own name on his mouth guard, which raises some serious questions. Do these guys just leave their mouth guards laying around anywhere? So much so that they need their names on them? Moses from the sideline. It's straightening up. It's through. What a great conversion, Mitch Moses. And it's the Eels, 18 points to 4. Vopsy says Queensland jersey is an unfair advantage. I don't know how, it just is. Especially wearing the Queensland jersey at Suncorp. It's true, though, isn't it? It's so true. As the Dolphins get us back underway, they'll be staring down quite the deficit at the halftime break at this rate. And Parramatta are just killing them down that left hand middle. It'll be interesting to see if it's the same defender there every time. Whoops. Oh, out to the right. They've created space again. Penasini's away. Support everywhere. It's another try here for Parramatta. Gutherson wins the race to the line. Oh, it's a demolition job here at Redcliffe. Gutherson is over. They don't even need to go to the edges. They're going through. They're going through the middles. Short ball to Cartwright. Penasini in support. He had options everywhere. Gutherson, the one who benefits from it. And Tabuai-Fidow is on the turf, face down once again. 22 points to 4, kick to come. Shack of Hearts echoing my sentiments before the stream that the wheels are falling off for the Dolphins. It was always going to be the case. We can applaud what they achieved to start the year, but there was always going to be a big test of depth for them when injuries struck. It's a long season. They didn't quite have the squad prepared to deal with it. Not this season. It was always going to be a bit tough for them to finish off, but we can still applaud Wayne Bennett and what he has accomplished thus far. And it's not over yet. I think he just needs to cop some of these losses, rest a few players maybe. He'll get some guys back from injury. If they can sneak into the top 8, if then they could still turn some heads. The season is far from over for them, but yes, certainly the dream is over. Conversion successful again. Moses has got it on a string. 24 points to 4. Eels over the Dolphins. Look at the tries. The Dolphins scored in the 4th minute, and then it was Eels, 7th, 12th, 21st, 24th. With 15 minutes to go in this half, they still got another couple of tries in them at least. 2, maybe 3, the way that they've been putting them on. For the Dolphins, they just have to get to halftime. It would not be unheard of for a Wayne Bennett team to come back from 20 points. But now straight through the same gap. Now Moses, he's got support left, support right. Penasini's going to score. They are just going through that same edge every single time now. And if it's working, why not? Don't stop until it stops. 28-4, kick to come. They are just killing them down that edge. And some emotion on the face of Wayne Bennett. And it's not pleasant. And it's Ewan Aitken. Ewan Aitken didn't know where to go there. He's not the one that missed the tackle. So certainly not his fault. But he just didn't know. He didn't know where to go. Do I come in? Do I not? It was Lemu and Mark Nichols, I believe, who missed the tackle. They are just carving them up through these middles. This is exactly like finding an exploit on Rugby League Live 4. If anyone's played that game, and you just run to the same, no matter what team you're playing, you just run to the same spot on the field every time, and you're guaranteed to make a break. That's what the Eels are doing today. They've found a real-life exploit. Another successful conversion for Moses. 30 points. Sorry, 30 points to 4. And Wayne Bennett does look genuinely concerned. I mean, that's as emotional as Uncle Wayne's face gets. Let's be honest. Parramatta. Oh, did anybody above me on the Wasted World of Sports tipping contest go for the Dolphins? Am I going to make up some more space? Remember how James has done well as well too. But by the way, James has done extremely well. His comeback in the Wasted World of Sports tipping contest as well. He's kind of right on my tail at the moment. I'm in 4th. I think James is now inside the top 10. Very close behind me. Well, he was last time I looked anyway. Has anyone above me got the Dolphins? They have. Oh, it's on. It's on. I could be even further up at the end of this week. Mind you, let's not get carried away. There's still 52 minutes to go in this game. Anything could happen. This is a very different Eels that started the season, though. I don't think they're going to go to sleep. I can't imagine they'll allow that to happen. But yes, we've done extremely well, James, to come back in the Wasted World of Sports tipping contest. Big hit from Regan Tudats, keeping the Dolphins pinned down here. It's going to take a big halftime speech from Wayne Bennett to turn this around. And there's still 11 and a half minutes to go until halftime. The ball pops up for Gutherson. Can the Eels get more points? Tackle 2, up over halfway. Junior Paulo coming onto the field. Now, Moses on the inside ball, nearly gets through. Paulo with his first hit up. Oh, they've got space out to this right-hand side again. Just setting things up here. 5th and last. They go right, surely. Here it is, Moses. Grubbers into the end goal. It sits up and taken in a great tackle. Is Sean O'Sullivan, I believe, is tackled there. In goal, and it will be a line dropout. A result for the Eels. Vobsy says it's a lot harder than you would think to purposely get tips wrong this season, especially with the way all the upsets have been happening. There have been some big surprises sprung. Dolphins, do they dare go for a short dropout? They kind of have to, don't they? Oh, they've gone deep. Paulo winds up. Charges into the defensive line. Blindside they go. This is where they've been doing some damage. Penasini tries to get away from O'Sullivan. Can't. Yeah, I hear you, James. I went from, I think after about round 7, I was in about 50th spot. And I'm now in 4th. And if the Eels keep this up and get up again, I'll be even further up, 3rd maybe. So what a turnaround. Keeping the ball alive here. The Eels out to the right again. Moses tries to step inside. NRL compilations. Ahoy there. Good game for the Eels, isn't it? The Eels spanking them. A kick is taken on the full from inside the field of play. Can he get back in? He can't. Tuera. And it's going to be another result. Another result here for the Eels. Eight and a half minutes to go till the break. The Dolphins deep again with the dropout. Taken on the full by Moses and Paulo with the hit up. The Dolphins are just absolutely spent. Halftime cannot come around soon enough for them, but they've still got 8 minutes to go. Look at the lineup to the left here for the Eels. Straight through, and it's going to be another try. Bailey Simonson. They were hanging on by a thread. The thread is finally broken down that left-hand edge. Simonson scores 34-4, kick to come. Oh, this has just been an absolute annihilation. Look at the numbers. They had 4 on 2. 4 on 2. They didn't need it. Simonson just goes straight through. Moes Bus. Ahoy there, mate. I pretty much agree. Look, I enjoy both. I'm a fan of both. I've played both. Not professionally, but I have played both. And I enjoy both games. But rugby is and will always be my favourite. The reason I enjoy the NRL over Super Rugby is because Super Rugby just destroyed the competition by over-expanding. As soon as that conference format came into Super Rugby, I just lost all interest. It became really unbalanced. I miss the original Super 12, where it was the best clubs from Australia, the best players from Australia, New Zealand, South Africa. And if you dropped even one game, that was pretty much your season done. Then they turned it into the conference format, and there are about 50 games a season. Okay, I'm exaggerating. Teams that had more wins than other teams missed out on qualifying because the conference system meant somebody from each conference had to go through to the final. They just made a complete mess of it. It's getting a bit better now again, now that the South Africans have sodded off, which we've wanted them to do. We've wanted the South Africans to bugger off for years, let's be honest. Apart from the broadcast money, they don't really bring anything to the value of the Super Rugby games, in my opinion. So it was a very good thing when the South African teams buggered off north. But, so it is getting better. It is improving. I will be covering the final. I'm looking forward to that, actually. I'm really looking forward to that. We've got my team, the Crusaders, in the final again, taking on the Chiefs. That is coming up right here on the Waste to Water Sports in about an hour's time. So I'm looking forward to that one. And then, of course, we'll be covering the Rugby Championship and the Rugby World Cup. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. In the Super 12s, four finals teams. One played 4, 2 played 3. Straight knockout. Both teams go into the final. Both winning teams go into the final. You couldn't afford ever to drop a game. Then the conference system came in, and what? It was remember when it was Super 15s? When Super Rugby was 15 teams and 8 teams went into the playoffs. I thought to myself, what a joke. What an absolute joke of a competition. That literally, statistically, over half the competition goes through to the finals. Ridiculousness. Anyway, no point worrying about it now. But yes, looking forward to that game coming up in about an hour's time, right here on the Wasted Water Sports. Crusaders, Chiefs, Super Rugby Pacific Grand Final. Oh, the Dolphins have finally got through a set. But the Eels cover it off nicely, and the handover. Can they get more points before halftime here, Parramatta? Four minutes to go until the break. And if you're the Dolphins, the last place you want to be is sitting in the sheds with Wayne Bennett after this performance. Touched by the Dolphins. It'll be 6 more. Going for the intercept. Oh, yeah, the Japanese Sunwolves. That's right. They were only around for like 1 season, I think. They really didn't give them a chance to get started. Junior Paulo nearly gets through. Oh, look at this. They've got them out the outside again. Sivo one-on-one with his opposite number. Can't be stopped. He has just gone straight over the top of Asako. It's more points for the Eels. Oh, saying no try. He might be in touch. We're looking at the sideline, but geez, they had them outnumbered again. Parramatta create the overlap. Sivo, just enough space. Has Asako done just enough to keep him out? He's in. He's planted it down. It's a try for the Eels. It's gone up as no try, but that's as pretty clear-cut as it gets. Sivo. Oh, he's short of the line. It's just touching the paint. He's short of the line originally. Has the tip of the ball just touched some paint? That's what we'll be looking at here. This is actually going to be a pretty close call. Oh, it's going to be no try. It is going to be no try. Something has finally gone right for the Dolphins. That could have gone either way. If that's gone up as a try, it's probably not overturned. It's gone up as no try. Therefore, they've stayed with the on-field decision. It was that close. That close. Vobsy says, I'm just flicking through the TV channels and I see an esports Olympics. Yes, esports has become a ridiculously huge thing. It really has. They even do World Cups for FIFA. Legitimate FIFA World Cups. Teams from all over the world get together at a venue and play FIFA. And it's big bucks too. It's big money. It's insane. Anyway, Nicarima scampers down the blind side on the fifth and last. It comes back open side. It's the Hammer putting the kick. They've let it bounce. They've let it bounce again, the Eels. They get back into the field of play. Russell. Risky business, letting the ball bounce once, let alone twice. It's all going their way, though, the Eels. That ball could have bounced anywhere. 2 minutes to go till the break. Can they bring up 40? Oh, huge cutout pass from Moses, and now space. The sliding defense of the Dolphins is on song this time, though. And Russell is chopped down. 40 out from his own line. Tackle 4. Paulo gets the offload. Moses spots a gap. Moses goes straight through. Here we go. The kick and chase. Where does it bounce? It pops up for the Dolphins. No, they've missed it. It's 6 more. And now it's knocked on. Is it? It's off the knees. No, it's called a knock on. He's called a knock on. It was try time for the Eels again. If this is called play on, they're challenging the call. I think it came off his knees. I don't think he got a touch on it at all. The Dolphins, a failure to tidy up this loose ball. Look at that laziness from the Hammer as well. Honestly, where was this from the Hammer on Wednesday night? He was immense in Origin. He's playing like, well, to be fair, it's touch to Sarko. That's probably why he hasn't played at it. Mind you, at 36 points to 4 down, you just dive on the ball and give away the penalty, don't you? Here we go. This is the ultimate moment. He's missed it completely as Hopgood. And this would have been a try to the Eels. The referee has just robbed them of the 40. Challenge successful for Parramatta. There was no knock on, but that would have been a try. They had about 17 on 1 out to the right-hand edge. They've still got a minute. They've got a full set. A full set to bring up 40. 0 tackle. Will, ahoy there, mate. Here they go. Down this... Oh, it's as easy as you like. McGrady's come racing in off his wing, and Sean Russell will just cruise over untouched. They've been doing it all game, just creating space, creating numbers. Easy as you like. 40 points to 4. Kick to come, and the Eels are just doing this easy. It's a training run at this point. Jose Estrada, ahoy there, mate. Who you got, Knights or Panthers? Panthers by plenty. NRL is the sport. Ahoy there. As the Eels rack up another easy try. Try confirmed. 40 points to 4. The most first half points the Parramatta have ever scored. There you go. $40 points to 4. Kick to come from out wide. Moses has had it on a string today. Can he convert from the sideline? $40 points to 4. Is there any way that even a Wayne Bennett coach team can come back from this deficit? Moses from out wide. Oh, he's put it perfectly down the middle. Mitchell Moses is having a blinder with the boot. And we go to half-time. Half-time. The game's not even over yet. We are going to the half-time break. Parramatta 42, Dolphins 4. Parramatta 42, Dolphins 4. What has created this? Well, I can tell you that the Dolphins are playing with a new edge defense, and that is where Parramatta are doing all the damage. Going through some very lazy tackles. Brayden McGrady, we've never even heard of him. He's playing today. It's not all his fault, of course. And Tawera, we have heard of. He had an absolute tonking debut against the Sharks. But he doesn't usually start the games. So you've got your 4 and 5 who are essentially brand new to the system, and they're just getting carved up. Ewan Aitken at this point doesn't know what to do with himself. Do I come in? Do I stay out? He's kind of been left in no man's land all afternoon. Bobsy, I don't think any team could come back from this. Oh, boy. All right, half-time, 42 points to 4. Absolutely incredible. I'm going to have a very quick break, freshen up my drinks. And I'll be back for the second half. And quite honestly, the only thing that we really need to keep an eye on for this second half is how many points do the Eels end up putting on. Surely they get 50, but do we start talking about 70, 80, more? The wheels could well and truly fall off here for the Dolphins. And don't forget, coming up after this game, immediately after this game, Chiefs Crusaders Super Rugby Pacific Grand Final for 2023. And then we'll be back to the league. Back to the league after that for the Storm Manly game. So, but anyway, for now, I'm going to have a quick break for half-time. Be back for all the second half action here. And really, as I said, it's all about Parramatta. All about the Eels. How many points are they going to end up with? We'll find out. $42-4. You have indeed seen that correctly. 42-4 at the halftime break. A halftime break that could not have come around soon enough for the Dolphins. What can you say about Uncle Wayne's Dolphins? The wheels have well and truly come off. The honeymoon period is over. The dream's becoming a nightmare. What else? Any number of things. They've just been decimated by the Eels today. It's as simple as that. A couple of new faces in that Dolphins defensive line, and the Eels have taken full advantage. So all credit to them. Just every single try they're showing on replay now, just the numbers. That's the key. The numbers and the space being created. Just doing it with ease. Yeah. I've never seen anything quite like it, really. You'd have to go back to probably maybe the days of the Gold Coast Chargers, the Western Reds, the Crushers, South Queensland Crushers. These are the days where you used to see teams get absolutely demolished like this. AFBOCC, haven't seen a team called the Dolphins get destroyed this bad since the Miami Dolphins lost to Jacksonville Jaguars 62-7 in the 1999-2000 NFL playoffs. Halftime score for that game was 41-7. Very similar looking score here. Who knows what the second half will bring? Wayne Bennett's not saying much there. Oh, he's talking a little bit now. But, yeah, Uncle Wayne in the changing rooms. What could you say at this point, though? What could you honestly say to a team that walks into the sheds 38 points down at halftime? There is very little you could say. And absolutely no real positives to take out of it, that first half for the Dolphins. Their one only try, it was a moment of individual brilliance by Kaufusi, his only one of the half. Scooping the ball up and offloading it all in one motion to put the hammer into some space. Team's getting ready to come back out now for the second half. Wayne Bennett has left. He's let the guys stand around in a circle and say, look, you guys sort it out yourselves. I don't know what to tell you. Don't know what to say. And if you're Wayne Bennett, what do you say, really? You just let the team sort it out for themselves. But 42 points to 4 at the halftime break. Been a long time since I've seen anything this bad. I went to a few South Queensland Crushers games back in the day. They used to get decimated quite badly. Yes, don't forget, coming up, Wasted World of Sports in approximately, well, straight after the second half. I'm pretty much going to have to disconnect and kick straight into it. We've got the Super Rugby 2023 Super Rugby Pacific Grand Final coming up. Chiefs, Crusaders. Can the Crusaders add to their dynasty? Another championship? Or can the Chiefs continue to add to their ever-growing collection of trophies? Should be a good game. It is definitely the top two teams of the season, to be fair. The best two teams of the tournament so far, squaring off in the final. We are looking forward to it. Might have to put a cheeky little bet on that one as well, if I've got time. I probably needed to do that now. Anyway, 40 minutes to go in this one. I suppose if it stays an absolute rampage, as it's been so far in the first half, I can always skip out of this one a little bit early to make sure that we're set up and ready to go for the next one. because we don't want to miss the start. "40 minutes. I think there's time. I think we'll be all right. Where's my... Oh. Oops. Accidentally switched the game off. Don't want that. All right. They're back out on the field, ready for the second half to commence. Can the Dolphins do something? Anything? Surely it is a bridge way too far to come back into this game, but it'd be nice to turn some heads. Keep it a little bit interesting. $42 points to 4 at the break. Well and truly, this is Parramatta's game to lose. And surely you couldn't even lose this if you tried to. Gutherson with the kickoff. Gets the second half underway. Parramatta well on top. A try for the Dolphins off the first set here would make things a little interesting. Well, it's not going to be a try off the first set for the Dolphins. It is going to be a dropped ball by Kaufusi on tackle 2. The nightmare continues. It's the Eels now with a scrum, a full set of 6, 10 out from the Dolphins line to pile on some more misery, perhaps. Oh, dear. Just as I was saying, it would make things interesting if they scored a try off the first set. They go and drop the ball the very next tackle. Kaufusi, of all people, to the right-hand edge. Go. The Eels. Eels need another 34 points to get their biggest score in NRL history. There we go. That is the storyline that we need to follow. Can the Eels get their highest ever score? Tackle 2, 10 out. They've seemed to create overlaps at will. Tackle 3, still 10 out. Right-hand side, dummies, straightens. Hopgood takes the tackle. 4 gone. To the left they go. Moses, short ball to Paulo. Spinning in the tackle, can't get through. 5 out, 5th and last. The kick sits up into the in goal and Hammer just taps it over the dead ball line. Repeat set, a result for the Eels. Second verse, same as the first. Error from the Dolphins, pressure from the Eels. Short dropouts are needed now for the Dolphins, surely. Oh, they've gone deep again. The Dolphins do not have a short dropout. They need the ball. Now, expansive play. The Eels shut down this time. They had the overlap again. Just couldn't get the ball out. UFC only fams. Ahoy. 50 on the Crusaders to win. 11-20. Dummies and go straight through the gap. Support on the outside. Simonson. Just short. Desperation defense this time from the Dolphins. That was lacking in the first half. They've shut the play down. And that is a solid hit. And forcing the error. Oh, they've lifted in defense, but it's about 44 minutes too late. So UFC only fams, 50 on the Crusaders to win by 11-20. It's not a bad bet. Let's see. Let's see if I've got any exclusive bets. Exclusive markets. All right. Nothing on the Super Rugby. Storm versus the Sea Eagles. Warbrick and Coates to both score. $3.50. That's not bad. I might have to put a cheeky 50 on that one. Lost by the Dolphins. I think it was touched by the Eels. The Eels player retreating. They don't have a challenge left either, do they? Another mistake coming out of territory for the Dolphins. 6 from 13 completions is the story of the day. The Dolphins, 6 from 13 completions. Unacceptable at any level of the game. From the scrum, Eels out to the left. Simonson runs back midfield, straightens. Tackle 1 for the Eels, 25 out. Paulo just puts the head down, charges up to the defence. Tackle 2, they're 10 out. Out the left they go, Simonson. Cuts back in field again and is dumped in a solid 2-man tackle. Put on his back, slow play the ball. 3 tackles gone. Now they stretch it right. Hopgood gets through. No support running off his shoulders on tackle 4. They stay right-hand side. And that's forward. That's lost forward by the Eels. And the Dolphins, they hold on again. This is the defence that they needed to show in the first half. It's all happened just a little bit too late. Well, not even just a little bit too late. A lot too late. Way too late for the Dolphins to step up defensively like this. Scrum down, Dolphins 10 out from their own line. It's a long way back. It's an impossible way back. But can they just tidy things up with a focus on the next game? Tidy things up. Give themselves anything at all to build on for the weeks ahead. It's all very slow. It's all very clunky. Lots of errors. Can they finally get through a set, though? They're up over halfway. 5th and last. They're going to have a set completion. The Dolphins. Their first set completion of the second half. There we go. The kick is away. Pressure on the kick chase. Sevo swings away from the first tackle, though. They come back at him. Does well to hold on to it there, Sevo. But the Dolphins complete their first set in the second half. 7.5 minutes into it. Incredible. $42-4 it remains. No change to that halftime score. The Eels have looked most likely, though, on a couple of occasions. Paulo, bad pass there. Fifth and last, 40 out. Moses puts it high. The kick chase is good. Hammer loses it forward. It's 6 more tackles here for the Eels. Sevo goes to ground, 20 out. 0 tackle. Oh, the Hammer. He has a blinder in origin. He stinks the joint out, and it's called forward. The pass is called forward. The pass has been called forward again. And it was. But once again, I come back to that moment in the first half. And just not been able to go on with it here, the Eels, have they? Struggling to get themselves into this second half. But look at the field position. Now the Dolphins, Asako goes through. Gets the hammer on support on the inside. And he will go for the corner and score. Finally, something to cheer about for the home fans. The hammer has gone away and scored. $42-8. Kick to come. Oh, look who it is.
Hey, folks.
Hey. UFC OnlyFans, do you think the Dolphins can... OnlyFans. Do you think the Dolphins can end up making the 8? Well, of course they can. They've got a lot of work to do, of course, after the past few weeks. But, yeah, of course they can. It's very tight, that top 8. This game, Pat, is a bit of a schmozzling.
Yeah, I was going to say 8:42. Almost as bad as Origin.
Almost. Origin was a lot worse because they're supposed to be the elite of the elite. It should never be a blowout. It should always be close.
If you listen to all the talk leading up to the Origin, though, everyone was basically saying, no, they're going to get flogged. And they did.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we saw it coming. We did see it coming. Vopsy says Dolphins can make the bottom 8 easy. Well, I think it's safe to say that the part of the bottom 8, it's going to be the Tigers, it's going to be the Dragons, it's going to be the Knights. As Asako from out wide converts, 42-10, they're coming back.
Yeah.
See, they've never forgotten you.
Yeah.
They've never forgotten you, mate.
There you go, James. Strike back.
The hammer puts the foot down. One of the fastest players in the sport, that guy.
Get so excited. It's like you've almost got money on this game.
The man, the myth, the legend. Well, 42 points to 10. 29 minutes to go. Still a long way back, obviously. Beavis looks a little unhappy in the coach's box. I don't know why his team's ahead.
They should be winning by doubles.
Well, they probably should be winning by a bit more. They haven't come out in the second. And look, it would be hard to do. When you're 42 points to 4 ahead at halftime, it would be very hard to
Be motivated.
come out in the second half and play with the same intensity. Whereas the other team, the Dolphins here, you would think that they would have a lot more to play for in this last 28 minutes just to try and get some sort of respectability back into the scoreline. I mean, losing 50 points to 4 versus showing some heart and some effort and losing 42 points to what could they realistically get? 28, maybe. At least you look at it and you go, oh, well, we've got something to build on now in the coming weeks. We won the second half, 24 points to whatever. It's something to build off. You still look at the game overall and go, yeah, we got spanked. But we showed some passion. We showed some heart. We got ourselves not back into the game, but we gave ourselves a little something to build. You've never seen the new studio, have you?
No.
I just can't.
Sorry, it's just like James Strikes Back message.
Yeah, no, but I just...
Cameo for the week.
Yeah. Well, it has been because, we had the Brew & Crowley show here on Wednesday night. My dad was here Wednesday night as well. And now we've got the return of the one and only Pencil Pat.
I'm willing to let that die, eh?
It's all right. The nicknames are affectionate. If you don't have a nickname, it means they don't like you. Just UFC only fans. He calls me all kinds of things. Daddy Cash at the moment, I think, is my nickname.
Daddy Cash.
Daddy Cash. Because of my Pat Cash story. You remember when I met Pat Cash?
Nope.
No? Oh, okay.
Oh, jeez.
What happened?
Oh, just his neck went.
I thought I missed something cool.
No. Just
Sorry for making that name stick.
just the way his neck bent then. He's like, oh.
It's all right. He loves it. So to what do we owe the pleasure, Patrick?
Absolutely nothing. I just want to get out of the house. That's literally all it was.
Fair enough. Oh, well. This is a good place to come and hang out. Ah, we love the nicknames, James.
Fine.
Yeah.
Different one depending on the show.
It is. It is. 25.5 minutes to go. Let's see. What do they need? 32 points. Not going to happen. I think we knew that already, though.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep it. Oh, here's some space now. The Dolphins on the left-hand side. Oh, he's not fast enough, though, this guy. He's,
Almost dropped it.
he's a big unit, though. It's crowded in the play the ball area. Bromwich with the offload. The hammer goes through. He's just brought down by the ankles. Last tackle, Dolphins 10 out. They've got numbers here to the right. They've got the overlap. He goes on his own, the big fella, Tawera. Oh, dare to dream, Dolphins fans. Dare to dream. Don't go home too early. My dad was telling the story on Wednesday night about the time that he left. I can't remember what he said the scoreline was, but his team was getting absolutely smashed. So he left and he jumped on the train and went home. And when he got home, his mum was waiting for him, all excited, going, yes, how good was that? And he's like, what are you talking about, Mum? We got smashed. He's like, no, we came back and won. So Dad's never left a game of footy early ever again. He learnt his lesson. And, of course, his team's never come back and won it again either. Walnut Hills, I thought Parramatta were going to win, but I didn't think they were going to score this many points. Well, they've scored no points in the second half. The Dolphins are winning the second half comprehensively, which is of little solace to the Dolphin supporters, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yes, I did have Parramatta tipped to win. I thought that they would win comfortably, but yeah, it's a bit of a surprise they're doing this level of a demolition job. Osako from out wide. Every conversion is crucial here, and he's put this one just off the post and away. And the touch judge is so pleased he got to hold the ball. Did you see the smile on his face? Nicarima there, great pass. I thought he had overcooked it. The Roosters will make the top 8, James. I still have faith.
That'd be really rough. If they made the first 2 scores to try, I'd have to do the kicking.
That's what we used to do in that charity game. Remember that charity game I used to play before COVID?
Oh, yeah.
That's what we used to do. Whoever scored the try got to kick the goal. £42 to 14. 23 minutes to go. Oh, I thought the referee was calling a mistake there. He's just said, go back on the mark and play the ball properly, mate. We've got 30 minutes until... We've got 22 minutes left in this game, and then we've got 30 minutes until The 2023 Super Rugby Pacific Grand Final, Chiefs versus Crusaders. Will says cooked chooks Woolworth style.
That was really good. You go to IGA where they got the cooked chooks, but they did potatoes underneath them, and all the fat from the chooks dropped onto the potatoes. So good.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go. Wasted World of Sports sub-channel. Wasted World of Food.
Yep. You always need new police.
Wasted World of Food would essentially just be drink and then just melt cheese on everything. Well, maybe not everything, but within reason. IGA, I'll keep it in mind.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they still do it, Will. I used to, though. It was really good. It was back in the good old days where anything went.
Oh, Moses gets a double kick on it. Nicarima spills it out the back. It's there for the Parramatta to score the try.
Oh, that might be a knock on.
It's going to go up as a try.
No, they gave it to him. Okay.
Moses with the double kick.
Thought that might be a knock on. But no. There's a bounce off a lot of hands there.
Yeah. Were there any hands on it? That's what we need to look at. It's 2 feet here. Moses, foot.
Foot.
Old mate here's picked it up. Oh, might have brushed the hand there.
But he gave him a try for it. And I thought it came off his hand too.
This is the angle that'll tell us. Moses, exceptional play there. The double kick. Nicarima loses
no,
it backwards.
No, he did it.
That's
he
off
missed
the
it.
foot.
Oh, no,
He's picked it up and scored, and this will be a try.
Yep, okay. I'll take it back.
This is the moment here. Does it touch Seven White's hand on the way through?
No.
No, it does not, and that is a try.
Yep, okay. It was very confusing there, but no, he got it.
Parramatta have got their first. That's obviously the moment we're looking at. Oh, it does brush his hand.
No, he missed it. Oh, well.
The left hand of Seven White.
No, he did touch it.
Yep, it's going to be no try. The referee's about to blow this one up. Mitch Moses, after all that hard work, the double kick, has unfortunately just brushed this ball with the back of his hand.
I don't think I'll give it to him.
No,
it's hard because it went from one hand to another.
Yeah, it was knocked. Oh, they're not even calling the knock on. They're calling it an early tackle.
Huh.
So it's going to be a penalty to the Dolphins for an early tackle.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. They shouldn't have given it to him because he did touch it.
Yeah, they're saying that they're saying that he has tackled him early, preventing him from being able to secure the ball properly, and that's what's caused it to spill loose in the first place. So that, if that wasn't the rule, then it would have come back for a knock on because it touched his hand. But they've given the better result to the Dolphins there. No. Daniel Martin Medina, Parramatta. Hang on, there's a couple of different ones there. Parramatta.
That's Ramata.
Oh yeah, it is.
That's a
Ramata. There's no P in that one. Parramatta. Ramata. I feel like I've just chanted some religious cult.
You said it 3 times now. It's like
Yeah,
Beetlejuice.
I know,
You get it on
like-
video.
Yeah. I'm glad there's no mirrors in this room.
Yeah.
Something would have appeared. Oh, Beavis is down on the sideline. Now, James. I'll have to tell Michelle, and then you'll be in trouble. James has a tendency to time a lot of people out for shits and giggles.
Yeah. Like that, you looked at him, Coco. Time out.
So we thought Parramatta had got their first try the second half. They have not. Is the 50 still on, realistically?
took it 20 minutes. I mean, rack off, mate.
They were scoring in the first half a try every 5 minutes.
Oh,
It's quieting down a little bit for them.
the Dolphins' defense is actually pretty good. I'm looking at how they're structuring their guys. And the Parramatta's just going, bah! Not really.
They have defended with a lot more intensity in the second half. That's for sure. I had to raise the question where this was in the first half. We could have actually had like a decent game out of it if they played like this to start the game. Fifth and last, here's the crossfield kick from Arcee. Oh, it's taken by Asako, and he is taken back into the in goal. Taken in midair, and it's another penalty here to the Dolphins.
So you can't touch him just because they're everybody, but they're all midair. What's the problem?
Doesn't quite work that way.
Why not?
I do like your logic behind that.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about this earlier this week. It's like when we do the video game stuff, it's the roles are actually reversed. I was thinking about it earlier on in the week.
I do like that logic though. It's like we're both in the air, so we're both susceptible to a bad landing here. So play on.
Yeah.
I do like the.
We need a version of football that's like because you remember what wrestling was. We need the football version of because they went to MMA, so we need a football version of that.
Yep.
Anything goes.
There's help us out here, chat room. You know that really rough sport from Europe somewhere that they play in the mud and they just literally smash each other. Like it is fighting mixed with it's basically a soccer net at the end of the mud pit that goes all the way along. Oh, now here, Asako in space on the outside. It was a forward pass, though. Oh, everyone got excited over nothing. So they play in mud, the soccer, and they there's basically no rules. Like, you can high tackle, you can MMA throw guys, you pin them down, you pull their faces into the mud and try and suffocate them.
I'm surprised I've never seen that before, because I'd say, like, MMA really took off, and why wouldn't that take off too? The MMA or football?
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually great. It's obviously not on mainstream television,
No.
but
MMA is.
Oh, what would you even YouTube for
I
this?
don't know. It doesn't matter. We'll look at it later, but I'm very curious.
Yeah.
Oh,
Straight through. Moses through the gap. Where's his support? He's got support out on the right-hand side. Cutting back in field now. Russell stays on his feet. They've swamped him. The Dolphins' defense in the second half. That's what they needed all game. Now they've got them skinned out to the left. Guffers the dummy, goes on his own, and what a brilliant try-saver from Kaufusi. It's still on there. Gufferson. Another tackle from Kaufusi, and it jolts the ball loose.
Was that a
It's a try. He scored it.
He gave it to him?
It's given. It's been given.
He fell down and did this. So, with his hands. I couldn't tell whether he actually got it over the line or not, but...
Gutherson with the offload to Moses that started this whole thing. So it's only justice, I suppose. No, maybe not justice, but it's the fact that Gutherson ends up scoring the try. Well deserved.
Kaufusi.
Yeah, Kaufusi puts in a try-saving tackle there, Kaufusi. And then I thought he'd done it again. Well, he's offside there, Kaufusi.
Whoa!
I thought he'd done it again there as the ball came free.
I can see what happened there, but...
It looks like Gutherson has swung around and planted the ball down. Yes, he has.
He's
plain as day. Gutherson scores. Parramatta's first points of the second half. Oh,
no,
really? What Olympiad? What Olympiad? That's the mud game, really? Okay, I didn't know that the name of it was so weird. I suppose it is European.
I think American version. Come up with it. They come up with a better name, hopefully.
Suddenly, the subscribers drop back down to 700 as all the Europeans unsubscribe. How dare he say we name things weird? Unsubscribe. It's German. Okay. Well, that explains a lot. About the roughness of it, I mean. Not the name. Exactly. See, even Bompsy's like, of course it's German. Yeah, we should see it. If there's time, I'll chuck some up on the screen. Just because.
I don't know, I should be offended by that. I'm German. There you go. There's another one. Yeah.
Well, that explains how you guys bond. Remember back in Bogans on the Run, we were supposed to have that wrestling match?
Oh, yeah. I don't know whether it'd be better or worse for us to resurrect that sort of stuff in our old age.
Yeah.
Bogans on the Run, almost retired.
Yeah. Look, I've thought about. It's something that I have considered.
You'd have to do it quickly though,
I
because
know.
you get too old for it if you don't.
I know. McKid King, ahoy there! Excited over nothing. What did you get excited about? Well, nothing, apparently.
Oh, they are a target range of getting over 50.
Yep, the 50 is on. The 50 is on. Fifth and last. Moses runs it to the line, puts the kick through. They're offside on the end. Oh! Never mind, offside. It has popped up for the Hammer, and he's away.
He's got it.
He is away. Oh, he's one of the fastest players in the game, and he shows why there. He's just skinned everybody. And no celebrations today for the Hammer. He usually does a cultural... I'm not even going to try and do it because I'm sure it would be offensive, but he usually does like a cultural celebration when he scores a try. But I suppose when you get him plastered by 50 points...
He's like, that's hard.
Celebrations go on the back burner. The ball just set up perfectly for the Hammer, and away he puts the foot down. And look at this, he just blitzes them.
Okay. Now he gives up. He's like, hard.
Mitchell Moses gives up. Fair enough, too. He was never catching him. That man in space, you're not going to catch him. It's as simple as that. From right in front, Osako converts. 48 points to 20, 12 and a half to go.
Sugarless.
Yeah.
Watching your figure.
Clearly. For the longest time, I thought he was doing a Dolphins celebration, even when he played.
Yeah, look at this guy. Look at the scowl on his face.
He's got very little reason to be happy. His team is getting plastered.
Dude looks like Clint Eastwood.
Mud football, mud handball, and mud volleyball were a few of the events that the 300 athletes from across Europe took part in during the contest.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
How do you do mud volleyball? Aren't they like...
Okay, I think that the Mud Olympiad is the name of the all-encompassing thing. I'm gathering now from that message. No, there is an actual name for the sport.
Have you got the penalty then?
Dolphins.
Ah.
What's with the mud? Just to make it sexier.
I'll tell you when you're older.
Oh, Sivo can't quite keep it in field. He's not happy about it, Big Micah. Oh, charging into the defense, Toyota. 11 and a half to go. 28 points the difference. What would be... Well, that was forward, surely. That was surely a forward pass.
And all the people you passed it to, you gave it to him.
I think the referee just doesn't care at this point.
Yeah, it's like, yeah,
Like, oh, well. Now they've got an overlap to the left. They can't get the ball out there.
No. Yeah, if they'd actually gotten that last pass, then they would have gotten another try. Because they had nobody.
O'Sullivan to the line. Bromwich. Oh, Sivo races up and shuts that down. Not on my watch, sir.
Swamp soccer. Like that.
Fifth and last. They're 10 out from the line. Midfield. They come to the right-hand side. O'Sullivan. Huge cutout pass to Osako. Nowhere to go, though. It was very telegraphed. Now Katoa kicks through into the end goal. Gutherson has to make a play at it, and the Dolphins will get the ball back.
The idea of swamp soccer. Could you imagine how different soccer would be if you didn't have all the players just pretending they got hurt all the time?
I know,
and they
right?
actually do get hurt, and there's nothing they can do about it.
It'd be like rugby.
Yeah,
Almost.
might actually be good.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God. The Europeans that hadn't left before.
Yeah, they're gone.
Now. They've been chased off now. How dare you talk about our football? Oh, they've gone for the short dropout. And Parramatta get the ball. Simonson's away. What kind of speed has he got? Not as much as the Hammer.
Oh, he did all right, though. He got pretty far.
Inside the last 10 minutes now. Can they get the 50?
Oh,
It is interesting that at
possible.
42 points to 8 at halftime, we were talking about the Eels' highest ever score in history. That went out the window fairly early in the second half. Now I can't believe this far into the second half, and we're discussing if they're even going to make the 50. Here's the chance. Ah, well defended out on that right flank. The Dolphins holding on. Tackle 4. Eels 10 out from the line. Fifth and last, right in front of the posts.
You don't let him go.
What can they come up with? Right-hand side. Moses is there. Grubbers into the end goal. They're leading the chase. The Eels now. Hammer just gets a hand there. Oh, and he's hurt. No, he's not. He's just having a rest. Knocked over the dead ball line by the Hammer. Just got his hand in there in front of Gutherson. Tapped it dead. NRL with Brayden. Ahoy, mate. How you doing? $48 points to 20. The result, I don't think is a surprise, but the scoreline still is. Oh, God. Am I streaming tomorrow? Most likely. NRL with Brayden. Oh, God, what have I done? Oops. Sorry, everyone on Discord. I just closed the... Somehow, I don't know how I managed that, but somehow I... Not that you guys are missing much, really, as far as a contest goes.
No.
Oh, big defense from Penasini. Regan Toodads is off, getting his shoulder attended to. Who would you go for, Raiders or Roosters? Oh, here's an intercept, and the Eels are away. Just reeled in by Katoa. 8 minutes to go. The 50 is still on. It's still on here. Moses back on the outside. Nothing doing there. Tackle 3. They're 10 out from the line here. Eels just looking for the 50. RC to Gutherson. Simonson goes for the line.
Forward. Was that forward?
He had Sevo unmarked on the outside. Didn't even look to get the ball out there. The defense was up quick, to be fair, but he didn't even have a look. Fifth and last. Moses, crossfield kick. No pressure on at all there. That's a terrible kick. I don't think they're going to get the 50. It's looking less and less likely.
I'm going to say no.
Oh, that's a huge tackle, though.
That's got to hurt.
What can I even search for? Mud ball game. Mud ball rugby. Muddy rugby.
Mud
That's probably it. No, this is just games of rugby played in the mud.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God.
I think Dolphins might get another one.
I'll have to do some more research there. If we reconvene for the Sea Eagles Storm game, which we may or may not. It depends.
What game?
It depends how Pat's feeling. Because if he's sticking around, I'd probably like to skip that last game and have a proper catch up with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll try and figure out some more information on that European mud rugby. Kanye Ketchup, ahoy there! How you doing, mate? You woke up late for this game. I blame the herb. Oh, I thought he called a knock on there, the referee. Can they get the 50? 5 minutes. It's looking less and less likely. 4 tackles gone. Staying on the blind side. The Dolphins have definitely stepped up their defense in the second half. The Dolphins are winning the second half.
That's the Parramatta are getting more aggressive, though.
16 points to 6. Oh, it's knocked on by Gutherson. Dolphins get the ball back. 0 tackle, that should be. It wasn't. You know what I've been watching, actually, the past few nights, James? Not Herbie Goes Bananas.
Yeah.
I've been watching Alf.
That's an old show.
Yeah, I'm an old guy.
What makes you wake up and decide, you know what, Alf?
Something did remind me of it. Yeah, something. I can't remember what it was, but something absolutely reminded me of it. And I'm like, oh, I might check that out. All the episodes are, all the full episodes are on YouTube.
Actually, I'm guilty of something similar. Actually, dinosaurs.
Mm.
Yeah, that came up on TV. We watched a bunch of that recently.
Yeah, the whole series, like all the series of dinosaurs, are on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I don't know. My kids like it. So.
Do they? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, so it's just
It's
one of
good.
the things like that. Yeah.
It's going to live on. We're talking about the same dinosaurs, right?
Yeah,
No, not the mama, not the mama.
Yeah, that one. Oh, no.
Daddy, not the mama.
3.5 minutes to go.
They're not going to get the 50. I can't believe it. I thought for sure the Eels were dead set certainties for the 50 here. Mickey King, I want 50. Oh, daddy. Right.
It's not really good odds of getting 50.
And that's the sort of reaction that makes me cheer against the 50.
Mm.
You wanted a little too much. James is just randomly saying Michelle's name in the chat room. It's almost like we were talking about earlier. Like if he says her name 3 times in a row in the chat room, she appears.
Just crawls out of the mirror or something.
Well, there is a green screen behind me. I could
Yeah.
make it happen. Moses, the show and go. Katoa holds on to him, though. 5th and last. Last tackle for the Eels. And it's a forward pass. James Daly, ahoy. Welcome along. McKid King says, I really hate Queensland. Oh, okay. So you hate Queensland with such a passion. You want to see 50 points put on a Queensland team just to make up for Wednesday night a little bit. Oh, and he's knocked it on here, Asako, in the play the ball.
I don't care at this point.
No, nobody cares at this point.
Yeah.
Inside the last 2 minutes, this will probably be the last opportunity for Parramatta to rack up that 50. It's the only storyline we've got to go with in this game, to be honest. Oh, that was a horrible attempt to get up and try and play the ball. It really was.
You know, scrum at this late stage.
Yep, and here they go to the right-hand side, numbered up here, but Moses breaks away from the first tackle. Can't get any sort of offload away. Blind side they go again. Penasini. Threatening, but still 10 out. Big open side to the left now. They don't use it.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was terrible. This is your last chance to get your 50.
Inside the last minute, Paulo, the crash ball. Tackle 4, they're a metre short. In front of the posts, options left and right.
Just give it to somebody to kick it and you get your 50.
RC, Gutherson. Gutherson is lined up again by Kaufusi. 5th and last, this is it.
Just kick the ball.
Can they get the
your
50? Oh, RC has dropped the ball cold. 1 out from the rock. RC drops it cold. There will be no 50. There probably won't even be another play in the game.
No.
Oh, he took his eyes off it.
Look at the pain on his face. He knew he screwed up.
The Dolphins have kind of done what they needed to do this second half. They've won the second half. It will be of little solace to them, I know.
Yeah, they don't look happy.
And I understand that. And they won't be happy. They can't be happy. They've been destroyed here today. But at least they've won the second half. It's something to at least take away from it now and go, look, we tightened up our defense. We won the second half. It's something to build on. We didn't concede 50. The Eels have got to be just horrified at the fact that they didn't rack up the 50.
Well, they almost had it. That's the thing. It's like they had it. It was in his hands and he dropped it.
Oh. All right, Wasted World of Sports coming up right after this. 2023 Super Rugby Pacific Grand Final, Chiefs Crusaders. I do have to set up a new stream for it because it's a completely different sport. I can't just kick on into the next one. That's like horrible for keywords and such. So I'm going to end the stream here so I can get that one set up before kickoff. If you're a cross-code supporter, feel free to stick around. And we'll see you on the flip side for Super Rugby Pacific coming up. Big victory here for the Eels, 48 points to 20. Catch you for the next game. Cheers.